Hey everyone, Gio here from Fandom United, back to share my thoughts on the Flash movie. I got to see an advanced screening the other night with some lucky fans, and they even gave out this cool poster right here showing Ezra Miller's Flash, Michael Keaton's Batman, Sasha Calle's Supergirl. I do wish if they give these posters out at the end, they would put some sort of protective covering over it because I love my popcorn with butter and my candy and soda, especially when I watch, blockbuster movies. A little sleeve like this right here, this comic featuring also Ezra Miller's Flash. I think that'd be cool. But, I sound like a spoiled fan. I will say, though, you will be reminded just how spoiled we are as comic book movie fans. I mean, the last 15 years, 20 years for us have been just some of the best experiences we've had sitting in a theater. And you can add the Flash movie to that as well. Very much a love letter to DC fans, to DC's past, DC's present. I mean, if none other than the fact that you have Michael Keaton returning as Batman. Now, Michael Keaton's Batman was before my time. I saw the movies later on, and I had an appreciation for them. In this movie, Michael Keaton kicks ass as Batman. They do not waste his presence and the opportunity for his character to go up against, armed guards or even Kryptonians. Like, it's that insane. The action is wild. The story is very emotional. You don't really have to worry about where the story goes next because it is the end of what's called the DCEU, the DC Extended Universe, a universe that I have often defended over the past 10 years, gotten into some heated battles online, both in the comment boards and on the YouTube sphere with other people. And there are things that I still wish would have happened in this movie because it is closing up the universe, which I'll get into. Let's start with the star of the movie, Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller is not doing any press for this movie at all. They are only going to be a part of a photo shoot during the premiere of the movie, but they are for the most part staying out due to the allegations, accusations that they have found themselves in over the past 2 years. But in this movie, Ezra Miller is fantastic, playing not just one, but two different versions of Barry Allen. It's very much performance driven at times when with this kind of story when you have a character trying to guide a younger version of themselves and also having to deal with themselves. Sasha Calle's Supergirl is probably the biggest surprise. A relatively unknown actress, but one that is so confident in her role as Kara, the cousin of Kal-El. She doesn't have as much screen time as the other characters. She doesn't have as many lines as, say, Keaton or even Ben Affleck's Batman, who I'll talk about in a bit, but she delivers every time she's on screen. I truly believed she was a Kryptonian who was subjected to terrible things upon crash landing from the human race and quickly refines her strength, refines her faith, and becomes part of a team. I would strongly urge James Gunn to consider Sasha Calle returning for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I talked about how this movie is a love letter to DC's past, and that includes the recent past that is the Snyderverse. Some of the best parts were the characters and the actors who played them. Returning in this movie is Ben Affleck's Batman and Michael Shannon's General Zod. Ben Affleck's Batman has a kick ass opening sequence, and it just makes you think once again about the possibilities that could have been. The relationship between Barry Allen and Bruce Wayne from Zack Snyder's Justice League carries over to this movie. Okay, Ben Affleck's Batman is very much a mentor to Barry Allen and kind of gives him some advice. We've seen some of it in the TV spots and trailers where he talks about warning Barry Allen about the dangers of going back and one change could ruin everything. The scars that we have help make us who we are. I mean, some really notable lines here, some wisdom from Affleck's Bruce Wayne. I gotta wonder if he was able to polish some of his lines in the script. Michael Shannon's General Zod is just as terrifying as he was in Man of Steel. He's once again hell bent on destroying the planet and terraforming it into a new Krypton. Speaking of the visual effects, I thought that was really impressive. Not perfect, but impressive. The fact that they're able to seeing Barry Allen use his speed on the big screen and, using his powers to help save whatever is in trouble. I mean, it looked great on screen. There's a awesome opening sequence that involves babies, and it was pretty fun. It's pretty fun to watch. The way that the multiverse and time traveling is demonstrated in this movie, I thought was really creative. At first, it looked very computer generated. I mean, it's all VFX, but I after about 5 minutes, I understood that was the intent of it. The story is everything that you would want in a modern blockbuster. There's heart, there's comedy, there's emotion, there's a little bit of horror. I mean, it has it all. Christina Hodson, who at this point is now a resident writer for DC live action films, I thought she did a great job. Her script with Andy Muschietti's direction made for a very tightly well paced story, one that just moves. Overall, this is a fun movie, guys. You're going to have a good time. You're going to get a blast from the past, a trip down memory lane, some nostalgia with Michael Keaton's Batman. You're going to see some of the best parts about the DCEU in this movie. Not all of it is present. There's one thing that they left out. I wish they did not. And I'll talk about it right now. I'll get into a little bit of spoilers in three, two, one. There's actually two things. They left out Ray Fisher's Cyborg. They left out Henry Cavill's Superman. I needed those two in this movie right here. If this is a closing chapter to the DCEU, you should have found a way to have those two in the movie in some sort of cameo or something. There might have been an appearance, like a brief shot of them in the time travel sequence. I know a TV did reference Henry Cavill's Superman without even showing him. He was like repair or trying to stop a volcano from erupting, but I still would have liked to have seen both of them. It was nice to see Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman again. I mean, that, wow, was kind of, taken away by her recent appearance in Shazam Fury of the Gods. But I mean, those are nitpicks, along with the VFX not being perfect and parts of the movie feeling a little bit rushed due to the tight pacing and tight script. But overall, guys, I had a blast. I can't wait to watch this movie again in theaters. I think you're going to have a good time watching this. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And that's all I can say for now. My name is Gio from Fandom United. Thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up. I love you guys, and I appreciate all your support. Until the next video, you guys take care.